my name's Logan, and today what we're going to be doing is random things that you probably didn't know. I know it's been a minute since I have posted any sort of videos, and what I've decided to do this go around is that I am going to focus on one vehicle, which is the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and some of the novel ideas that they had come out with this car in the early 90s. So let's just get right into it. The Mitsubishi 3000 GT was also known and marketed as the Dodge Stealth. Now, there were a few differences between the two vehicles, and I'll get into that later. But the main thing that I want you to know about the 3000 GT is that it had a lot of different options, standard options, that were, at the time, pretty novel of ideas that we now see incorporated in a lot of hypercars. Mainly the number one being the active aerodynamics. Then you also had four-wheel steering, you had full-time all-wheel drive, you had the ability to change between a sport and a tour exhaust mode, as well as an electronically controlled suspension. So I'm gonna delve into all of those later in different videos, and today what I'm just gonna do is give you a nice brief overview of what the 3000 GT was actually capable of. So the 3000 GT was the badge brother to the Dodge Stealth here in the United States. The Dodge Stealth was never offered with the active aerodynamics, and on top of that, it only had a single overhead cam, where the Mitsubishi 3000 GT had the dual overhead cam. Now, the 3000 GT was available in a couple of different packages, like trim packages, including having your base model, which was your normal 3-liter V6 that was front-wheel drive. But the big baddie was the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR-4 twin turbocharged all-wheel drive. This thing was supposed to compete with the Mazda Cosmo, which was a 3-rotor twin turbocharged engine, the Nissan 300ZX, which was the V6 twin turbo, as well as the A70 Toyota Supra, which was an inline 6 twin turbocharged. So this Mitsubishi was supposed to be, Mitsubishi's powerhouse here. So starting in 1990, all vehicles were offered with the 4-wheel drive, the 4-wheel steer, and the active aero, as well as the electronically controlled suspension. Moving into 1994, though, they started introducing the 2-wheel drive system to the 3000 GT VR4s, and the twin turbo engine was increased to 320 horsepower with 315 pounds of torque, which is rather impressive when you look at an early 90s car, especially from Mitsubishi. So also going into 1994, they did away with the 5-speed transmission and instead introduced the 6-speed transmission. Sadly, there was a lot of issues with the ancillary technologies inside the 3000 GT, so Mitsubishi slowly started removing some of those nice added features that we're going to get into. In 1994, they deleted the tunable exhaust. In 1995, the electronically controlled suspension was gone, and then in 1996, the active aero was gone. Now, with that all being said, this car was still a powerhouse, and on top of that, in Japan, they made a GTO MR version, also known as Mitsubishi Racing. It was only available in Japan, and what it ended up doing was actually just being a lightweight VR4. It deleted out the 4-wheel steer, the ABS, the electronically controlled suspension, and the active aero, which allowed this thing to completely decimate the R32 GTR, which during the 1-mile acceleration test actually beat the R32. And the R32 was actually a lot lighter. And so this VR4 was a novel vehicle. It was a great thing that Mitsubishi tried to start and tried to implement, but sadly some of the, as I get into some of the other components that they ran, it just wasn't feasible at the time or sustainable. So with that being said, I will catch you guys here in 2 weeks, and we will start going over some of those nice ancillary technologies, and I believe where we're going to start will be the 4-wheel steering system. So I will catch you guys later. Thank you and have a great day.